Professor Sada or Professor Turo developed the technology necessary to harvest the energy contained in Tera crystals, and through that changed the whole battle landscape of the Paldea region. But now that we're going to Kitakami and the Blueberry Academy, both supposedly outside of Paldea, I find myself questioning how things will work there. So hey, I'm not so a strainer, and what about Tera Pokemon outside of the Paldea region? Let's get into it. From our history classes with Professor Ryford, we learned that the terrestrial phenomenon was first discovered 140 years ago in Area Zero, with some terastallized Pokemon being found deep in the Great Crater of Paldea. But when they tried to take those terastallized Pokemon away from the crater, their light disappeared. After this, for many years, nothing changed, until the research Sada and Turo made, the one I mentioned in the beginning. The students of the Naranja/Uva Academy and those connected to the Pokemon League could terastallize their Pokemon in battle, something that is mentioned is exclusive to Paldea. But is it really? If this is the case, I believe that, while in the land of Kitakami and the Blueberry Academy, we would be unable to make use of this phenomenon more than once, since we do need to recharge our orbs by interacting with the Tera Crystal or by going to a Pokemon Center in Paldea. That doesn't sound like something that would be done to the main mechanic in these games. And so, that got me looking for hints that could point out in a different direction. And one of them is right there in front of our faces, and on someone else's face, Ogerpon's mask. Looking at Ogerpon's mask, we immediately see what are very likely Tera crystals. And if you remember what Bane said, no one ever cared until he put on the mask. And I think that's what happens here, the mask changes the Pokemon's type. The face that is behind Ogerpon's mask doesn't look terrifying at all. If anything, it looks shy or even afraid. It's when it puts on its, and I quote, fearsome mask that it becomes, well, fearsome. So, it is likely that this Pokemon, and the other Pokemon as well, Okiedogie, Munkidori, and Serandipity, since, like I mentioned in my analysis, the colors on those masks are very different from their colors. It is likely they all have different forms. A masked and unmasked one, and the presence of the Tera crystals on Ogerpon's mask imply that it comes with a type change, as well as most likely a place where they are recharged. We can't forget that we have what looks like the same dust from the crater here in Kitakami, since it is likely in the mountains in the north part of the map. But that's not the only place we're going in the DLC, we're also going to the Blueberry Academy, and from the little we know about it, I believe that a battle mechanic might be important to them. We are told that battles are their main subject. Students are there to battle, and what do people that battle use? They use battle mechanics. I don't see any of the old ones coming back, sorry Mega Fanatics, but I do see TERASTAL also being present in that place. How? Well, if you have an academy that is underwater in the same game where we have a turtle Pokemon that might be the source of the whole thing, as well as the same equation here that is on the board of a professor that invented Tera orbs, I'd say you know more than we think you know about the terrestrial phenomenon. Maybe you even have the turtle in your possession, just like Rose had Eternatus, and that's why you might not need the Tera orbs. But anyway, that is all I have for you today, just a short take on what we might see about the terrestrial phenomenon in the DLC, masked forms, and maybe a more direct use of it in the Blueberry Academy. But what about you? Do you think there will be terastallization outside of Paldea? Let me know in the comments down below. And now, like the video if you like it, dislike if you don't, and don't forget to subscribe to the channel for more Pokemon content, and also ring the bell so you know when the next video is out. You can follow me on social media and Twitch, as in there Wednesday to Sunday, not Saturday, or join our Discord, all the links are in the description. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you all on the next one.